Hello and welcome to Cinekuest video. As you all know, we are going through a bunch of video game movies, and we got 2 down. This is number 3, and this is Street Fighter. So
we haven't gotten into U-Bowl territory yet.
Yeah,
we're working.
That's actually the second time you bring that up, Roland. Good job.
It's gonna be a recurring. That'll do, pig. Okay, for the rest of this. Series.
Okay, and before we continue, we want to make sure that we introduce everyone. We have some returning podcast contributors, pundits. I'm doing that again, Daniel. Myself, Ray, your host. We have our co-host, the douchebaggery with the most three.
Yes, 'tis I, not Ray.
There you go. And we have the Pacific Northwest Studios.
This is Daniel.
Daniel and from Mario Brothers.
I guess kind of introduced by you, Ray, already.
What was that?
Even though you kind of introduced me already, like, hey,
giving you double honors,
Daniel. Like, and then, hey,
that's how most people do it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh wow, there you go.
Bryce,
professional,
settled.
Yeah, how's it going?
And,
I'm just sorry I missed the Double Dragon one.
It's all right. Don't worry. No one hates you for it. It's okay.
No, I like Double Dragon. But.
I know you did mention that. And we also have returning. I think the last one he was on was Hard Boiled. Ron, welcome back.
Yes, hello.
Okay, so like we said, Street Fighter, we'd like to give information about the video game prior to us talking about the movie. So, Roland, that's going to be you.
Yeah, so there really isn't a whole lot to
proud,
say.
lad.
Yeah.
There's a lot to say. I copied and pasted a lot of stuff. That's maybe about half a
like
page.
in the past, within like the past 30 minutes or so, you know.
Just like your degrees. Go ahead.
That's right. That's right, Ray. Graduate degrees, baby. To the tippy top, almost to the tippy top of the top, but still.
Only the quickest
but
click.
still rolled back downhill. And here we are.
The right click scroll, right click paste.
Yes.
Go ahead.
That's what I do.
Street Fighter.
It's all keyboard shortcuts, man. Control C, Control
Damn it, I was
P.
going to say,
this motherfucker does not use keyboard shortcuts. No,
Absolutely. Thank you.
But I don't believe
okay,
that.
if this is all I got, no. But if I'm feeling kind of like, you know, I'm not too lazy, yeah, I'll grab the keyboard and drop some Control C.
If I'm not feeling too lazy, I'll sit down on my one-seater sofa and sit in front of a 50-inch screen.
Hold on. Which one?
Roland, before you continue, I just want to make mention this is the
Dumb bitch.
This is the 3rd time we're going to attempt this, and we hope that it's a success. We are videotaping these episodes now, so they should be on YouTube. And if things go as they should, it will not work. But if the universe shines its light upon us, then you'll see an episode up on YouTube.
Also, Double Dragon didn't record.
No, nothing worked.
Oh.
No.
Everything got fucked up.
It never does.
Everything fucked up.
We got the audio.
Yeah, we got the audio. That's main priority.
Last time we had the video and no audio, and then we got the audio, and now
we got the video, but
everything.
it was all glitchy and shit. Like so, I got rid of it.
Oh, you mean for Double Dragon? Yeah.
For Double Dragon, it was all glitchy, so I got rid of that.
We were talking about.
Hopefully, the equipment we're using now can serve us well, and we can have some quality videos on YouTube. That was perfect timing. So I think it's gonna work, guys. I think it's gonna work this time.
Yeah, it's very organic.
So Roland, please.
So Street Fighter is developed and published by Capcom. It's a
okay. Good.
Yeah, I know. There you go. And I'm done. That's it.
Solid foundation.
You dick.
Man, all the information. Good job, Roland.
Players pick combatants from around the world against each other, and it's largely credited. The Street Fighter series is largely credited with establishing this standards for fighting games or future fighting games as far as the genre goes. Street Fighter.
Go on.
2 was pretty much the one that established all that shit. I don't know if you guys, Ray was probably a little boy of 13 when the Street Fighter 2 arcade came out. And,
more than likely.
And everybody went, you know, and wet themselves.
You know, I didn't know, I wasn't aware that
at the Walmart walking.
The Street Fighter 2 was the basis for this movie until like I saw like the credits. But
yeah,
I wasn't aware that was a time when the actual characters came out with the names and all that
Yes,
stuff. Like
yes.
Roland actually just showed me a few minutes ago
So
prior to recording the actual first Street Fighter, which
which looks
could've
like
sworn
dog shit.
Yeah, I thought I had played that,
Yeah,
but
it's
I was
really
wrong
bad.
completely.
No, it's really bad. Ryu has like I was telling Ray. I showed him a little video. If you guys haven't seen it, he has like bright red slippers that he goes around and like does these really.
That's how he gets home, dude.
These really crazy kicks.
Asian kicks.
Very. Even though he looks super not Asian. I don't know. There are a few characters though.
Roland.
A better movie deal. I don't know.
Moving along.
Yeah, so it has the first Street Fighter does have a few of the characters, and while it is sort of set up like a normal fighting game, one guy versus one guy, it actually sort of proceeds a bit more like Double Dragon. It's almost like a side scroller with just extra cuts
like
between
just,
the fights.
Stage kind of advances.
Yeah.
You just fight the next dude or whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
played the first Street
It's
Fighter
not-
game, so like
Is Street Fighter 2010? Do you know about that?
Yes,
Is
so-
that actually part? Because it's made by
No,
Capcom.
it's not.
No,
and yes,
it's not part of
they
it.
made after they made the first Street Fighter. I think that was when Street Fighter 2010 came out, and it was completely unrelated to anything.
Oh, okay.
Like I was just looking at that a little earlier. It was just really funny. It was just one line. Oh yeah, then they made this Street Fighter. Didn't mean shit. Like moving on. Like
All right.
yeah, there's tis non-canon,
All right.
not non-lore, anti-lore.
Can I ask you a question? Like, the first game, was that successful?
Absolutely not. It was dog shit. It sucked.
What made them go into Street Fighter 2?
like make another one. Yeah.
I think they just had a different studio because Capcom has had like a lot of different like sort of groups make like as far as game studios go, these guys have done like all kinds of different genres or whatever. So like they have a lot of different artists within their studio doing other projects and shit. So
Yeah, usually each Street Fighter is like a different guy makes it.
and
Like it's like a different game director that does like a new version of it.
right, yeah. Like I think with 4 and 5 was when they like made the jump to sort of 3D or whatever. Like proper 3D. There was another one. I think it was called like Street Fighter EX or some shit like that. That was It was like a
plays like
Virtua
Tekken.
Fighter. Yeah, it plays like Tekken. It's one of those like sort of chunky, sort of clunky 3D fighters. But it didn't really jump in until 4 and 5, and like. Well, it got super stylized. It was pretty much like watching like a cartoon play out. A really cool one where everybody has like oversized hands and feet, and they beat the shit out of each other like the Hulk or whatever. But
Big
Actually,
dicks, huh?
the overhand hands and feet is actually a game mechanic. It's so you can see the hands.
Yeah,
you can stick the moves with in front of you. And
I always thought it was a
sounds
parody. it sounds lazy.
That's actually the reason. That's the reason why they're big.
Thank you,
in,
Ron, for that
later games.
bit of information that Roland completely overlooked.
Well, it's because I always thought it was a parody as a joke to their proportions.
Oh, yeah. Well, you only
Everybody,
spent 30 minutes looking stuff up, Ray. What do you expect?
exactly. That's right. I am forgiven. Thank you.
Come on, man. Time constraints.
Thank you. Also, fuck you. So the game series was released in 1987, the first game in the series, which is the first Street Fighter.
That's gonna be like that. Those
Wait,
YouTube
it wasn't
cuts.
Part 4?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah.
You're gonna fucking
What
jump
am
to the
I
next
looking
one.
here?
He can read everyone. It's okay. Like
Developed Street Fighter 2. So the people that eventually developed the second Street Fighter. God damn it.
Warrior
You done? You assholes done?
1991
Jesus Christ.
was to head the forest tree CQL
Jesus
TO
Christ,
to her
Ray.
original. Please, I'm sorry. Continue.
I don't know if I should.
I don't know, Ray. You
This,
sounded better than Roll did just then.
I was reading with such fluidity.
This,
you know?
yeah, that a dead horse flows so well. It kept flowing. Right out your riding butthole. Mm-hmm.
Nice non sequitur, bud.
Roland, please continue with the information that we so crave and deserve.
Yes, you deserve dick
Feed
and
us.
balls.
Hungry.
So the one that everybody gives a shit about that this movie's based on, Street Fighter II: The World Warrior, was released in 1991. All right, that's all you really need to know. Anybody needs to know about this.
Is it really?
Street Fighter II is what started the whole shebang, and like has pretty much all the same characters, and has
Break
like
it down, Roland.
through the years with all the sequels. And they've added a few. I think it's up to like 30 or 40. They've had a lot of crossover titles.
But some of those characters don't come out in part 2,
really?
right?
What's up?
Some of the characters that come on the movie aren't in part 2.
No,
They come
in
out, like,
fact, they
later on.
created some in the movie just for the series, but those were dropped after Street Fighter movie, the
Was Cammy
game.
in there?
Yeah,
But
she was. She
she's a
was.
character.
Yeah, but her character was completely
She's
different.
too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
she's
I
an
don't-
OG character.
Yeah,
Hey, Roll. So, like, you said, was that hyperbole? And I'm not trying to be shitty or anything, but like you said, like 30 to 40 Street Fighter games have
No,
been
that's about it.
generated.
no. I was
crap,
talking
like-
about no. I was talking about characters within the titles. Within like actual Street Fighter games.
Okay, because I was like,
there's probably
dude, that's an
been-
amazing amount, like catalog, like shit.
There are a lot.
I'm not sure the number, but there is a lot because each
There are a
version
lot
of
of
Street
Street
Fighter
Fighter
has
titles.
like three like,
following versions.
of it.
Street Fighter 2 had
But are
the
those-
World
are
Warrior
those
edition. They
ports
had the
or-
no.
they're
They're like
updates.
they're
'Cause
slight
back when they would
updates.
do it as arcade, they're like they couldn't just update the game board, so they
No.
would just make a new game. So like
Yep.
Street Fighter 3 is called Street Fighter 3, and then Street Fighter 3 Second Impact is
Right.
like the update, and then Street Fighter 3
Alpha.
Third Strike is the last like update of that game.
Yeah, and for
So each one's a different release.
yeah, and they still do that shit or whatever now. I think Street Fighter
like,
4
like,
had like a
Is it
championship
just like
edition
introducing like
where
characters
they add like
in
12
that
characters.
regard,
Yeah,
or like
characters and
game
stages
mechanics,
and,
or
and
like
both
what
and
all
game
do they
mechanics.
do?
It's usually like game balance,
Yeah.
Game mechanics, or they'll
Yeah,
add.
they
new
just get rid of
characters.
bugs and just quality of life adjustments to the game. Maybe they'll change this, like the fighting, because there are little systems or whatever that they throw in there in some of the other different sequels that change up the style of fighting that you use, kinds of things.
Also, too, there's always been like a competitive scene for Street Fighter. Just like it's just always been like really small. Now it's kind of like it's kind of big, but not compared to like Dota or like League of Legends.
No. But it's like it's had its
they updated for that
consistent
reason, too.
niche or
So, I mean-
whatever. The main fighting game that I'm aware of right now that was sort of popular enough was somebody brought back like a mini Killer Instinct tournament.
No shit.
Oh yeah, that was last night.
Yeah, Maximilian dude.
But Street Fighter still is like the biggest fighting
Yes,
game, competitive fighting game right now.
It's still consistently you can find pretty much anything.
You say it's
Smash
bigger,
Brothers
it's
is
bigger
not a
than
fighting
Mortal
game.
Kombat or something?
Oh yes, Mortal Kombat
Street
right
Fighter's
now
bigger
is
than Mortal
It's
Kombat?
not that.
well, like so.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, I think right now has more money and like is a bigger event, like as far as
but-
like their tournaments go. But Street Fighter's been around like consistently forever. There's always something
Also,
going
too,
on.
Mortal Kombat's only like big in the U.S. and Europe. Street
Yeah.
Fighter's like worldwide.
No shit.
Oh wow.
That's true.
Nobody from like like there's no like
And
Asian
no
countries
anybody
that
from
play
the
Mortal
eastern,
Kombat.
the eastern world.
And that's what drives a lot of like the competitive scene is like
Yes.
Japan and Korea.
Yeah, because
like
they
Well,
they
that
still
makes
have
sense with,
their
like, Dota
arcades
and
and
LOL
shit,
being
and, like
invoked there.
small little
Yeah.
cool fucking places you
Word.
go and have a beer and play Street Fighter for like 12 hours nonstop. They exist over there, and so they have a lot of like little gatherings and events going on, like mini tournaments.
Well, I mean, for fuck's sake, I mean,
Bullshit.
just like, I mean, I wonder about like China and just the whole gaming scene because I mean, there's fucking people like
China's
there's
got
that dude who died who played like World of Warcraft for like 50 hours
oh
straight. Or
yeah.
whatever,
Well,
like,
so
you know,
China
and
always tends
he's
to
probably
have
a
like
gold
the
farmer or whatever. But like,
least
whatever.
common denominator as far as stuff gamers would do. America would be right behind them if not for the fact that China's a bit more restrictive with like what they do with their games and how
what games they allow. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't have fucking like YouTube and Google algorithms are all super fucked already for them.
Yeah,
but
they'll block shit in
Street
there.
Fighter's
no
big in
problem.
China too. There's a few like pro players that are from China.
Yeah.
That do really well.
So, what did I miss out on here?
When did you said 1991, right? That's when Street Fighter 2 came out?
The true sequel to Street Fighter is responsible by the guys that made another game series called Final Fight. I don't know if anybody's heard of those ones, which was another side scroller. I have heard of
Final Fight.
Like Double Dragon, but it's big roided out older brother.
Yeah. The Final Fight characters come out in Street Fighter.
Yes, they have crossovers and hosts. You can play as Guy
and Cody.
What is it? Mayor Mike has had like a double crossover or whatever from Final Fight into Street Fighter into Marvel vs. Capcom, if I'm not mistaken, where they drop him in there, and Guy as well, who's pretty much like a ninja version of Ryu or Ken. He does like sort of the same moves. He's got a fucking hurricane kick, and I don't remember if he has a fireball, but like, yeah, he does all that. He does a lot of similar moves. He just looks cooler. But yeah, so those guys ended up developing Street Fighter 2.
As far as like overall impact of like Street Fighter, because like it's kind of one of the like Mac Daddy old OGs of the fighting game format. Do you guys like? So I guess this is more direct at Ron and Roll, the residents Street Fighter experts that we have. Is there like a storyline or whatever? Because I remember playing like Street Fighter 2, but it's just like
there is.
You just fight motherfuckers. And that's all I recall. But like
there is, but I think it started after this movie came out. I think when this movie came out, there wasn't really like a set lore. It was, I think, in Street Fighter Alpha is when they started adding like a story element.
It was pretty much just assumed that like Bison was the big boss and Sagat and Balrog and Vega were the mid bosses, were just by like the descriptions of their characters. Like, oh, these guys were, they work for Shadaloo. Oh, Bison's in charge of Shadaloo. There we go. Their story. Go kill.
Yeah, but in Street Fighter, in the original Street Fighter 2, like once you beat the game with a certain character, it kind of gave you like a little ending.
Yeah, because
the
story is pushed through the framework or whatever the structure they use is. It's a world tournament, and like each country sends a representative fighter. And it's pretty much Mortal Kombat. In the end, there's Shadaloo trying to participate as well because it's their idea or something like that. But like they're sort of rigging it anyways because there's like 4 or 5 of their guys like in there. I forget. It's
Bison is still like the main guy.
Yeah. Bison's
he's pretty much always like even up till now like he's sort of slightly. Not necessarily upstage, but like side stage, like maybe side-eyed a little bit by
it's Guile
by Guile, which he was when was he introduced? Was that in Alpha 3?
Which one?
Guile, the Fire Ice Adonis or whatever. I don't know the hell how to describe this guy. So like Street Fighter 3 is when it really starts getting goofy because you got a guy like Guile who's like half Iceman,
like
half
blue,
Torch or whatever. Yeah, half of his body's painted blue and his other half like is painted red. He looks like a Cirque du Soleil character. His fucking hair, he's got long golden hair, it floats behind him, and he runs around like a loincloth kicking the shit out of people.
Start to bring in some more of like a supernatural element?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Does that continue on throughout the games? Like they bring in more like outrageous like
it actually tones back because Street Fighter 3 is like the end of the series lore, and 4 and 5 take place before 3.
The continuity for Street Fighter is all fucky. You're talking about like Star Wars fucky where it's like these original trilogy, or do you mean the pre-sequels or whatever. So
pre-sequels? God damn.
Yeah,
I remember enjoying playing Street Fighter 2, but I've not played any of the other games. Like, are the later games enjoyable?
Great. They're actually a lot of fun.
Five's really good. I play 5 a lot.
Yeah,
right now.
I used to play it a bit when my roommate had it on the PS4, and they'd bring it over, and I'd whip the shit out of them.
5's really fun. 4 is good too. But I see Third Strike.
Humble. Yeah.
4 and 5 are probably like the biggest ones. And then there's the old people play Street Fighter 2.
Yep. Street Fighter 2 still like it's still played like, and they're still making versions of it. I want to say it's probably available on Switch right now.
Well, I mean, I've seen like Street Fighter games like pop up on Steam. And
on
shit
Steam,
too.
Absolutely.
You know, so like it's still like an active genre, which is really cool. I mean, because now we're talking like it's closer to 30 years old.
Street Fighter
now.
2 hyper fighting or hyper championship edition or some shit like that. Hyper mega ultra Gigaverse 2.
Yeah, there's always an ultra or like a championship version of the game.
Yeah.
Is there any other information about the game that we should know prior to talking about the movie?
Well, so would it be fine to just talk about the Street Fighter, the movie, the game right now, or do you want to talk about that as we're actually talking?
I mean, what came out first?
This this came out before. The game was luckily, wonderfully enough, based on the movie, because they used I don't know, like the type of animation or the type of like camera recording they used for the game.
It was like Mortal Kombat, right?
Exactly. It was very much like Mortal Kombat.
Like characters.
Hyper-realistic. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I think for that
like
process,
you're really actually playing Raul Julia.
Yeah, exactly. He moved.
His big eyes.
Yeah,
Did he keep doing
just like that.
The cape thing?
I don't know. I've only seen the game like a handful of times. I barely remember it.
Was it shit?
Absolute garbage.
I believe it's just a reskin of Street Fighter 2. I could be wrong.
Oh, really?
It's just a reskin.
I don't know, man. I think it'd be a lot better if it was looking at it. Although maybe it's just because of the combination of like the Street Fighter 2 like code with the Mortal Kombat the movie, the game
with the new animations.
pixels.
I think that's all it is.
It doesn't jive well. Yeah.
I could be wrong though, but I think that's
no, you might be right, because like that game is actually very crude, like the combos and the way you move, it's very fucking clunky and hard to do. But it had a few interesting like details about it, aside from like what we were just talking about, which, because the thing is about that fucking hyper realistic graphics or whatever, it's like they looked goofy for this, but like at the time they'd only been used by like one company before, and they were very popular, and that was Midway doing their Mortal Kombat stint, which they continued for a time until like it just looked like dog shit, because like they were making games like Tekken and just other 3D titles. So then, all right, maybe we're gonna have to start drawing.
Because like Mortal Kombat 4 looked like shit.
Yeah, so they had just started using in Mortal Kombat 4. They just started using the motion capture, but it was still being put over really ugly ass fucking polygons or character skins. So like that's why the skins couldn't quite articulate so well, like, and they just look like I don't know, they just look like the
fighting system was fine, but just the game looked like trash. I played
it's sort of like
out of MK4 at the arcade at the movie theater, man.
Whenever they would, I remember Mortal Kombat so well because whenever they would talk in like after, they had like the little animations or like story scenes after the fights. Like the characters always look like they're having like a mini seizure, like with every time they do, and that's why I always thought it was the funniest thing, because I was like, oh man, like here's Midway again trying to do some cutting edge shit and it falling flat in its face, but like, but after that, they started getting a lot better, and then now you have Mortal Kombat 11, which is fun, and I think it's 10 and 11 are a lot of fun, but anyways, so back to the game, Street Fighter the movie, the game. One of the other cool things about it was that this was the first introduction of a character that wasn't in the movie. His name was Akuma. I think in the game they called him Gookie. And before this, you couldn't select him as a character normally. I think you have to like either put like a code or get some hack ass shit or going or whatever to play as
Akuma's the shit.
Play as Akuma. Man. Yeah, when he was first brought in, like I still remember people playing him in the arcades and just whooping the shit out of everyone. Because it's like he for one stupid thing, he had an air fireball. That was it. Like he could fucking just
air fireball.
Yeah. So like whenever people did the Hadoukens, the fireballs, you're standing on the ground or whatever. You're floored. And Akuma
was he like midair?
Fucking jump. Yeah.
And
out of nowhere.
He shoots one down, downwards.
Yep. Or he shoots it straight, or I think he would also shoot it straight across. Or I forgot like.
That's
which is which? Is it?
That's not till later on.
Okay. So anyway,
it's a different version of Akuma. Also.
Yes, there are. That's the thing like too. Like there are different versions.
Oni.
Yes, which is fucking cool as fuck. He's like super overpowered, but he's fun. I actually never checked, but would you know if like Akuma's defense is as shit as it's always been in Oni form, because I always thought it was a little funny that he does a ton of damage, but he can't take a hit at all. Like that's one of the problems with Akuma.
That's how they balance.
They balance him out.
That's how they balance. He's a glass cannon.
Yeah, like but he's a hell of a cannon if you know how to fuck around with it. It's fun.
Hit you like 3 times, and if they do like the full combo, like you're pretty much dead.
They're fun to watch. So aside from that, I don't think I remember anything else. Oh, they did give Bison in the game the move that he has in the movie. That is the fucking Sith Force Lightning or whatever. That's not canon as far as Bison's character.
Is flying across with
that's the Psycho Crusher, man. It's actually more ridiculous.
That's his move, though, isn't it?
That's his move. Yeah,
that's what he was doing.
Yeah, but he spins. But like the medicine that Raul was on, they just couldn't make him yak every time they did a shot.
So like he would fly through, and I do the spin for him, just watching. Yeah, assholes.
Okay. Yes. So I guess we can move on to the movie. So we have Street Fighter the movie, which came out in 1994, and that is 3 years after the fact of the Street Fighter video game, Street Fighter 2 video game. Sorry, and we have it starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. I believe this was like probably after his This was after like Bloodsport and Kickboxer, probably Cyborg.
Maybe.
I think it was before Hard Target.
Universal Soldier?
Yeah, what about Universal
Soldier? Was it before or after Universal Soldier? I think Universal Soldier was
93.
Was it?
Yo, that movie's tight.
Yeah, it is. Universal Soldier was 92. Street Fighter was 94.
No, Hard Target was before this.
Yep, and so was Time Cop.
Oh, so this was like at the end of his career.
This is pretty much because after this, like, look what he's got. He's got like the Quest. He's got Universal Soldier: The Return.
I saw the Quest in theaters. That was good.
Replicant.
I am your replicant.
What?
Yep, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it until JCVD.
What? I can't hear you. What?
Yeah.
And we also have Raul Julia, which was this was his last movie.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
And he fucking sells it so well.
We are making fun of the fact that he has cancer and stuff like that. But I mean, we respect the guy for his
we love him.
His acting chops.
Cinekuest insider story though. So last night, here's a fun thing. So I was watching the original Batman 66 TV series with fiance or kiddo, right?
Looks just like him.
And fucking John Astin
this is 3.
played the Riddler in series 2 apparently.
Oh yeah, you
Frank
sent us
took a break or whatever. Yeah, I was just mentioning last night. I sent a bunch of pictures and shit, just like, dude, look at him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him when I saw him in color.
Like, oh,
Raul Julia was the Riddler?
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's awesome.
Adams, dude. That was like 30 years early, dude.
He goes, there was an Addams Family show before that?
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, Ray.
What is the movie?
That's too far, right?
Hey, you did it to yourself, my friend.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You were like, Raul Julia and Daniel corrected you. And you're like, oh.
And I ended it right there. You're trying to keep it going, Ray.
Well, I was like, no, John Astin, dude. The original Gomez. What the fuck?
You're trying to.
You're like, he was like, no.
You're trying to ride this bit out, Ray.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck you. Fuck you. No.
It's really fucking
done. It's done.
It's pretty fucked up that you thought that, though. But I mean,
what? Not
John Astin is a
would have been amazing.
Great fucking
even amazing.
Gomez Adams too.
So yes. Also, fuck you. Do any of you know if he had red hair like that, like when he starred the Riddler? Did they dye it? Because I was just sort of curious. I never seen the guy outside of black and white before. When Daniel sent those pictures,
so
I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
They never made Frank Gerson's hair red.
Yeah.
No,
never.
Yeah,
he's like a
that's
brunette,
all. That's
dude.
all a Jim Carrey thing, man.
Okay,
I think that's only Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know because again, like,
I'm certain, dude. Like, I watch Batman like once a week.
Yeah.
The old version, the old show.
Yeah, because like
West
I'm not sure what service Janelle has on her like Roku or whatever, but it just has the series and it's like it's popping on, just watch random episodes and
nice.
It's like the background noise for a lot of our like Monday night dinners. It's fucking awesome.
Okay, so as far as the cast of this movie, we also have Ming Na-wen, right? That's her name.
Yeah.
Who she plays Chun-Li, and I wasn't familiar with her name.
Baby.
She has come out like in a lot of shows. Yeah. She came out of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was the last one. She was.
I know that's the most recent
cavalry.
thing she's done. We have Damien Chapa who plays Ken. The only thing I know him from is Blood In, Blood Out. If you all haven't seen that shit, should check that out. And we also have Kylie Minogue. She played Cammy. She's actually an Australian pop star. And she's had a lot of hits. If you probably heard them at some point or another.
And she was also in a great Christmas special for Doctor Who.
Yes, that's true.
David Tennant.
Exactly.
Oh, is that the Titanic one?
Yep. With the ship, or the spaceship, right.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. So as far as the other characters, I've probably seen them here and there throughout their career, but other than that, I don't know them from pretty much anything else. I think Andrew, the guy who plays Zangief.
Yeah.
What's his last name? Bernanosky. I think he's
Brian Yarsky.
I thought he was the guy from Tango and Cash, but I mean I could be wrong on that too.
The guy who played Balrog is called Grand L. Bush. That's a hell of a name.
Grand L. That guy was. I think he played Leatherface in the recent. The guy who plays Zangief. Oh. I think he played Leatherface in the reboot. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, I'm sorry. He was. He was Leatherface in the reboot.
Shit. Wow.
So, like I said, 1994. Was there another video game movie that came out this year? When did Double Dragon? Was that 1993?
I think that was 93.
Because Super Mario Brothers came out the same year of 1993, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something so like that, they were like making these movies probably back to back, if that's the case.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about other video game movies in '94.
I just sort of remember like a lot of them were hitting hard and fast, pretty much around that time.
Why? I still don't understand
94.
What the reasoning for them like coming out like one after the other.
It's just like
at a certain time. Like,
I think Hollywood was running out of like viable material to shit out to the masses.
Do you think
it was because
and they were trying to get onto the video game craze? Yeah. Which
was
it
it
just
partially
happened.
Also like due to the success of like comic book movies, like also like another like kind of like at the time like a niche phenomenon. So like Batman come out and
successful
probably,
and then like what's up this video game stuff? Then them kiddos like them too, along with them comic books.
I don't.
When did Blade come
out? Like 98.
98.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's too late. All right.
Yeah, more successful ones.
I was trying to remember if like there was much comic book TV shows going on in the mid to early 90s and
Lois and Clark mentioned Superman, the Flash TV show.
That was the very, very early 90s, yeah. I think that was one season.
But it was like right around that time, like late 80s, early 90s.
I remember that. I remember the Lois and Clark show.
Okay, so like have you seen the latest Flash TV series much?
Yeah.
Do you recall the guy that plays Barry's dad?
Yeah.
He's the original
he was the original Flash.
He's the original Flash from the first one in the early 90s. Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now, but yeah.
Let me see here.
Mark Hamill was on that show.
And he was the trickster.
The trickster.
Yep. And didn't Mark Hamill reprise his role like
in Justice League?
Some
he does
sort?
The voice. He does the voice.
Well, no, there was the voice, but wasn't also Mark Hamill in an episode of Flash?
In a new one, possibly.
Yeah.
I do know in Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, he plays like a trickster type character. Also,
he plays like like Darth Vader rolled into the trickster, rolled into
Yeah, I think I was trying to remember what other TV series. There weren't a whole lot. Was there? Like a lot of them were just sort of like ABC specials. Like was it like Mantis or?
I don't recall any of that other shit, man.
I think it was either Fox or
Viper.
Viper with the car?
The fucking car.
Shit.
Damn, dude. But do you remember there was a made-for-TV movie for Generation Next? Do you remember?
Yeah, Generation Next. I never got to see it. I was so pissed.
I saw it, and there was like characters that they had like a Cyclops type character, but he wasn't Cyclops.
No.
He was just like this guy who wore like shitty shades, and he shot lasers out. But you could probably find it. Man,
I know.
It was horrible,
I need to.
Dude. Like,
I need to look for it. Like it's always one of those ones I've wanted to check out.
I was so excited when it came out, and then when I saw it, it was just trash, man. It was
finally an X-Men.
These were It that was like 2 or 3 episodes or something, or was it one?
Actually, I think it was just a made-for-TV movie, man. I think.
I remember the commercials for it when I was little and being like, "Oh man, that looks like something. It looks dark and edgy." And then I missed it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I dodged a bullet. Cool."
Speaking of dark and edgy, Street Fighter.
Yes. So
real quick, I just want to make the premise of the movie is basically from the video game, right? I mean, basically, roughly.
Yeah, Bison.
Minus the fact
Bison
that
killed
like
Chun-Li's dad.
certain characters, like, is there like an Allied Nations?
No,
that's not a criminal organization.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Not a country.
Right.
Okay.
In the video game.
Yeah, in the movie, it's just they pretty much just take the story straight out.
But I don't think Street Fighter 2 has like any story at all. Like even the arcade doesn't have like
they
quotes and like or little tidbits of story. So I think they really had nothing.
Fighting motherfuckers.
I guess they really had nothing to go on except for like this is the bad guy and these guys.
that was
different countries.
That's the way it looks, as far as I could tell, because. Yeah, Bison bad.
Select your fighter.
Guile,
you want to go from Africa or the U.S. or?
Yep.
Yeah, that was like the basis of the Street Fighter 2.
I think one of the biggest stories around this movie is that like Raul Julia was battling cancer, and then he had him like they had to like shoot around him for like intense scenes and stuff like that. So they had to kind of like redo a whole bunch of shit, and one of the first things that they did whenever this movie was finished is that like it was given an R rating.
Oh,
what?
Really?
Yeah. And then they had to do a bunch of cuts in order to get it down to PG-13.
Damn, I want to see that. I want to see that.
That's the one you want to see, right?
Well, okay. First of all, Cammy, they don't have her like video game suit.
She is
she
not
got legs.
exactly.
She's got her legs covered. So.
She ruins our immersion. Cammy is not like video game accurate. Her ass isn't hanging out.
That's right.
No, she was just popping her tits out the whole time, like,
blah.
Oh no, General Bison.
Yeah, exactly. Bring the game back.
In the Street Fighter lore, Bison's always after Cammy because she's like a candidate for like clones. Like Bison wants to have clones of himself.
Yeah, he
has all the killer bees, and
that's what
Cammy's
he calls
the one
them.
that like got away.
Right,
and
like, they're just sort of like brainwashed soldiers.
Yeah, because they kind of touch on that in the animated films because she's kind of like brainwashed.
Yeah.
So there've been I mean we didn't mention that, but there has been quite a few like Street Fighter animated
about those movies except for like the animation looking just
Alpha was the best one. Street Fighter Alpha,
the movie?
Yeah, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, Alpha's good also.
Alpha was awesome.
Now, as far as the video game is concerned, is Guile like a main character, or are there any main characters in the game?
So originally, no.
Oh no, he's like.
Originally, no.
Well, like it's kind of like
what they end up doing later when they introduce the lore is like there are a few main characters like pillars of story, and that's like Ryu, Chun-Li, Guile, Bison.
There's actually 2 stories. There's the Shadaloo, and like Guile and Chun-Li are working for Interpol to get Bison,
right?
And then there's the Ryu, Ken, Akuma, and like they were Akuma,
like that was the more traditional
Akuma. Yeah, it's like
warrior
karate journey. Like martial arts story.
Yeah, one of them is like an action film, and the other side is like more suspense and fucking crime drama or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they like intertwine and stuff.
Yeah,
like
they
that
do.
also.
They do have like weird little crossovers where Ryu takes a break from beating the shit out of Sagat to go and like challenge Chun-Li or whatever when she's taking a break, like whooping on Balrog or some shit kind of thing. Hey, we're just having coffee here at this cafe. Let's fight, whatever.
But Balrog is supposed to be a bad guy, right?
Yeah. Balrog is a bad guy.
It's funny that they made him is just he's a cameraman in this movie.
They made him as a cameraman, and like he's a villain based off of one of the most much beloved legendary boxers of all time.
Of course.
Fucking Iron Mike.
They actually have to switch their names out for legal purposes.
Yes.
And in the Japanese version, Bison's
was
name
Balrog.
is Vega.
Oh, excuse me, Vega. That's right. That's right.
Bison's Vega, Vega's Balrog.
There you go.
And Balrog is M. Bison.
Yeah.
But because of Mike Tyson would sue them if they released it in the US, they had to switch the names.
Yeah, so
wouldn't it be cool if they had Mike Tyson playing Balrog in the movie? That would have been pretty bad.
that would have fucking
or Billy
dude.
Blanks.
Yeah.
I mentioned
Oh
that
shit.
earlier.
That would have been great.
Dude, guys.
No, Ray, that's
at
just your
work,
racism.
Like, we've got like ESPN going all the time, but
Your little
one of the
racism.
commercials was playing the other day. It was fucking Billy Blanks in some ad for something or whatever. But he's all just doing like an exercise
Oh,
routine.
the progressive commercial. You talking about that?
I thought he was dead, man.
Wow.
Like,
nah.
fuck.
Oh
Dude,
no!
you can't die
Are you
if you're doing
kidding me?
Tybo,
That guy's
bro.
probably gonna outlive all of us.
Still Tyboing
Those
it up.
fucking the Tybo trap is what
That's
they call them. You know, it's a sucker born every minute. So if he can keep, keep styling or whatever on him, awesome.
What if Tybo's the secret?
Could very well be.
That's the
Could very well
secret.
be.
Long life and watery eyes.
Then thanks. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. We owe him much. What the fuck what was I ending on with this bullshit? Damn it.
Just dial it back if it's
No one
racist. Right?
knows,
Just dial it back.
even
No. I mean, I was trying to bring it back to the couple we were talking about before.
So let's talk about the characters in this movie and how they're portrayed.
Oh,
So we have Jean-Claude Van Damme, the most American person around.
That's right.
Yep.
We got
Super American.
Mr. America.
You got E Honda, a Japanese sumo wrestler
Amara
playing
Russells.
as an Eastern Pacific Islander.
Right. That's right.
Why they would cast Jean-Claude Van Damme in this movie for an American general is beyond me. Colonel, sorry.
Well, it was him or Schwarzenegger.
He won out because he could get that monologue out just barely.
Yeah.
He was so proud of himself when he said it. I was telling you guys, that's why he sounds so like
trying
he sounds so
hard to get him
serious.
out.
Yes, this is a moment of intense emotion.
You know, like I realized that when I was watching the movie is that like every moment of dialogue of Jean-Claude Van Damme's is that it's so like dramatic and drawn out.
You need to cue the Lord of the Rings fucking background music pounding away.
Over my dead body.
Yeah.
Like every fucking what a woman, you know, every fucking thing is like so drawn
What if
out.
they had gotten Stallone to play Guile?
You'd have just had crooked mouth.
I mean, it would have been
better.
It would have been better.
Yeah,
because he
served in Vietnam, guys.
Like Stallone. Stallone looks like Guile.
Imagine that monologue, but in Stallone.
troops.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who wants to go home? Well, who wants to go with me?
Freedom.
Yeah, but you can go home.
Or you can stay with me.
I'm gonna get on my boat and gonna go across the river and kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass. I don't know. I'm having horrible Stallone, but fuck it, whatever.
That's fine. It's still it's
We'll
passable.
let it slide.
You should have gone with where did your balls go?
I think I can do more of a semi okay Jean-Claude Van Damme because it's kind of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know.
Yeah.
You just have to like
Like an Arnold
tweak your
Schwarzenegger
accent
singing a
little bit.
Metallica song.
Well, here's the intensity you need, Ray. Just remember the end scene from Over the Top.
Come on. Oh,
What, the crooked
from
mouth?
over the top. Wait. What? No, like
you gotta just do this thing and then like go.
Yep.
yeah, you're still on your Stallone.
You also
Gotta
got to
curl the fingers.
turn the hat backwards too.
Yeah.
That's the source of his
Oh,
power.
yeah, dude.
right.
That's
Jesus
like
Christ.
Samson.
Can't
dude.
forget.
Whenever I think of Stallone,
his
I
hat's
just
full,
channel
he's
the
gonna
Lipton iced tea
lose.
commercial when
I
they used to have
got
the
you,
they used to have the Claymation Lipton iced tea commercials. You remember that? It's like no,
Yes, I
just
do,
give me
man.
something to drink. Ain't nothing on ice gonna save you now.
I'm Burgess Meredith, kind of. Yeah.
I came back to train you, Rock. Yeah. Oh, that's the one right there.
No, this is
From the
this
grave.
is
They melted the wax a little bit on.
Oh,
When
dude,
I
I
first saw
remember
this,
Yeah.
dude.
when I
I think
first
they had
saw
one with
this,
Bruce Lee too. Or
I
some
thought it
shit.
was gonna be like Celebrity
They did have a
Deathmatch or
Bruce
some
Lee
shit.
one,
Yeah.
Let's get that guy, Rock.
I just remember that shit.
Yeah.
Nothing's over. Just give me something to drink.
And the catchline was like how it's brisk or whatever, even though it was like in the name of the product. Like, come on, dudes. Like,
oh yeah, because he did say that. Like, that's brisk, baby, or he would say some shit like that.
Yeah,
always. They
they
got him to say that too.
Well, so there was a German cut for Street Fighter. I saw that right now.
That must be the R version.
No.
The German cut?
No, it was cut for violence. So, it's like,
actually, the only reason the German cut, instead of doing this, they do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do the middle thumb.
Yeah,
dude.
instead of this,
Middle thumb.
it's this.
No, it's the thumb. It's got to keep it medium.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Shadow
Shadowloo, Germany.
Kyle.
No.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Hydra,
Kyle.
Shadowloo. Hydra, Shadowloo. Okay. We're good. We're good. Okay.
So
You're ready.
You're bringing up trivia for this movie.
So I was just looking for that one bit there that Bryce had mentioned about the German release. Said it was just cut by a few seconds for violence.
What violence,
it's a
bro?
fucking,
It's a movie about fighting. It's killing those dudes. He's breaking their necks.
Yeah, when he's wringing those fucking chicken necks or whatever in the beginning of the movie. It was a double snap, dude.
True, yeah.
Like,
it's better if you put them in an oven.
Yeah, only one snap is allowed on German media.
Damn, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
bullshit, Ray. You're not funny. You're not sorry. That was planned. I can see that.
No, it wasn't. I didn't even know about this.
Oh no. I'm talking about baking them. All right. Not
Bacon?
you.
Oh, why would you say that wrong? I said oven. You said bake. I don't know.
Baking in an oven. Yes. So
Moving along.
Yeah. The video version is rated not under 16.
I like that little review there. This movie is terrible. Van Damme gives his worst performance. Who wants to go home? Who wants to go with me?
Who wants to go with me?
This movie is as entertaining as a 9-volt battery.
So
God
very.
damn.
I mean, are you imagine things you can do?
well, if you put your tongue on it, I mean,
Yeah, that's where you.
could be a little
That's something to start with.
Well, can I talk about that scene too, where you're talking about he's snapping necks?
Yeah.
That's the whole like where he's being televised and all that shit.
Yeah.
Is it just he did sell out his friend, right? Like he had no way of knowing that the fucking Carlos guy was there if he didn't say like, "I'm coming for you, Charlie."
It wasn't implied that he could see
He was
into it, but I mean, he really couldn't through the camera, you know.
Yeah.
But that wasn't true. Like he couldn't see that.
View screen bullshit. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but
Through a
Like-
news broadcast.
But I mean, yeah, if that was the case, if he could actually see him, he would have sold out his friend. I'm coming, Charlie. He's like,
Yeah.
Wait, Carlos, you must be Charlie.
yeah, When he pulls the
when he
dog,
calls him
Carlos.
when
it's coincidence that I wanted to name my super soldier Blanca.
They're actually, it's two different characters. Charlie Nash is like a separate character than Blanca.
Yeah.
just
Blanca.
combined them.
So like they made that story up. It's not canon in the game. Blanca's naturally born that way, weird and green as fuck. He comes from
waiting for all of
Brazil.
people.
Yeah, he's
to
from
have
Brazil.
Their, like, Spartacus moment, like I am Charlie.
Yeah. I'm Charlie. I'm Carlos. Oh, fuck. Get him. Oh, right. I did forget to mention before, actually, now that I think about it. The movie does add 2 characters to the Street Fighter, the movie, the game, which are summarily dropped immediately after. That was was it Lieutenant Iwa? Oh, fuck, I forgot the guy's name.
The Japanese guy?
Yes, it was the Japanese fellow, Iwamoto. Or
sleeveless shirt, that guy.
I'm surprised it's not Fei Long. He's the only Street
Yeah,
Fighter
that
character
would
that's
have
not
been
in
fucking
not in
cool.
this movie.
That would have been super cool.
Well, it's true they don't have Fei Long in here.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
To me, like all the characters that were in this movie were pretty much in the game. So I mean,
Yeah,
I wasn't
so
aware of
they
any like
added-
side characters that.
They added a character named Blade, who in the movie was a guy with a
He was a vampire hunter, and he was half
a vampire hunter with a rocket launcher, and the other guy was he was one of Guile's lieutenants. I forgot his name, but he just looked like a normal dude wearing white and gray camo, and I think he had a machete or something like that. I don't really remember him.
Speaking of camo, I think I mentioned it before, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I want to say, and I'm curious to see who produced the movie or like what the production company was, because I'm pretty sure the blue camo that they have in this movie is the same blue camo from Surf Ninjas. I'm more than certain it's the same. It's the same
Steven
like
D'Souza.
outfits.
It's not.
It's not.
I'll say that right now because the camo itself. Oh shit! You know what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This.
I'm thinking of their normal suits that they're wearing,
You know what?
like not what they're wearing.
Look what the
going into
director's
war.
look at the director's
one,
coming
like,
from.
Army truck in the middle of the day. Yeah.
Boom. So
Oh, he did Commando.
Commando,
Die Hard, Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
By the way, we're speaking of the writer director of this movie.
Yeah.
So
What I also think is
he's got some
produced,
chops. He's got some chops.
I mean, he produced first season of a little known show called Knight Rider. You know.
What I also think is kind of funny about the movie is that being that this is supposed to be a movie about
Running
martial
Man,
artists and
the
all that, like
Flintstones.
people who fight, like do street fighting.
Yep.
First of all, a lot of gunplay, and second, when they do actually do martial arts, you can tell it's not choreographed very well at all. And it's like you would think they would have someone to be like.
Trivia about that is that since the whole Raul Julia was sick and all that.
Well, I'm not even talking about him,
No,
man.
no,
There's like
no, no.
scenes
No,
where they edit the shit out of it, so it's like they don't have to actually show.
What
anything.
happened is that since they were like kind of cut for time.
Yeah.
Because also their budget went primarily to Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Well, of course.
That they had to train them like just up until they were going to do the scene. So a lot of the choreography
It's like,
was
hey,
done like they were like saying like giving them
like,
a
hey
crash
man,
course.
you know how to kick high? Yeah, all right, you're in this.
They were
movie.
basically giving them a crash course.
So it's
prior
interesting to
like,
note
shooting.
that like
they didn't
Capcom
edit
themselves
so
had
well.
always thought that Jean-Claude Van Damme was Guile.
Oh,
What?
all right.
Yeah, apparently they asked for him to be cast as Guile.
Is that true?
Very nice.
Well, I
That
mean,
makes
if
total sense.
Wikipedia is to be believed,
It was that scene in Kickboxer where he screams, "Give me Tompo."
That's a law, actually. So
cast as most of the budget. Yeah, after Van Damme and Julia were cast as Guile and Bison, most of the casting budget had been spent.
Yeah, exactly. You see, like
Van Damme's fee alone took nearly $8 million, and of the film's $35 million budget. Holy fuck, that's almost a fucking third.
Do you know Mortal Kombat has a smaller budget than this movie?
Yeah,
for the new
I had to look. No, the old Mortal Kombat, the first one. I
Yeah.
looked it up after watching this.
And they
one,
have
so I had to
CGI in
see.
that one.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
Right.
all the money did go to the actor, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
yeah.
Well, that's why you have,
he
like, a
could have been
bunch-
Johnny Cage.
that's why you have a bunch of no names in
shit, man.
Mortal Kombat.
Just take the most American like character
Yeah.
and like just put Jean-Claude Van Damme in there.
Exactly. The one let's not use the one guy in action like history known for doing the splits.
Yeah.
Let's
George
use some other
Washington
bum.
biopic. Yeah,
Fuck
they
it.
cast Jean-Claude Van Damme to play him.
Good idea. I mean, it could happen. They do weird like crossover or bringing back old shit. Speaking of like funny little like cameos or whatever, I had forgot to mention this before, but like, had you guys been aware of the actor that plays Shang Tsung in the first Mortal Kombat movie? I forgot his name. He's in the latest Mortal Kombat. Like they actually mocapped his face and put him over Shang Tsung's character
I saw that.
in the game, and it looks bad fucking ass. As far as like just weird little like things that just ended up happening or getting rebooted or redone or brought back. So maybe that shit could work too. What why be negative or whatever? Fuck, if they're willing to do that kind of crap.
Wait, what girl, Roland? What are you?
No,
talking about?
I was talking about just like and how these guys are
What are you
having weird ass
talking
fucking.
So confused.
I'm done.
Well, it says he stated that he did not want to make a generic martial arts movie and described the film as a cross between Star Wars, James Bond, and a war film. Interesting.
Wow.
Well, that would make sense because he's like Raul Julia score like a Vader type character, the way he's doing the
sure.
finger like
finger pointing.
yeah.
This is all Vader.
I don't know how to explain it, but like there's just like he
does a lot of like
Yeah.
choking, people. That's Vader. Yeah. Lifts you up and does not take bullshit.
Oh, and he says he indicated that he also did not want to shoehorn in elements from the game, citing the previous year's poorly received Super Mario Bros. Oh, so that's why he didn't throw in like the sonic booms and like, the
Right.
Hadoukens and all.
Yeah, they were
It's
afraid.
kinda like-
They were afraid
But
then what's
people
the
wouldn't
point?
take it seriously.
But what's the point of making a video game movie if you're not gonna I don't know.
Well,
it's
this
like
is
whenever Ryu does that.
This is grounded in reality. Exactly.
When Ryu does that spinning
that shit
kick,
don't happen in real life, kid.
Why is that off camera though?
What?
When Ryu does that spinning kick, like why is that off camera? Like
they're just trying to go for an angle, and also because again they spent all the budget.
They didn't have the money to like edit out the harness, man. So they're like, let's just have them off screen a little bit.
Yeah, let's like point your foot at the camera and like just twist a little, and like all right, film.
They spent all the harness money on the Raul Julia.
Maybe the Ryu character was a ballerina, so that was his way to just do his
I mean, that's you
kick.
just described Jean-Claude Van Damme right there, and he's Guile.
He's a superb dancer.
Yes, yes, he is.
Have you seen Kickboxer?
He is the dancer.
Have you seen Kickboxer?
The action dancer himself.
Yeah. Man. And so, in fact, Double Impact. Also a dancer?
I mean, so technically he did like a double backflip flash kick in the movie. Even though he actually only just did it once and they replayed it, but
was that replayed?
Of course, dude. Are you kidding? It had to be. Like,
man, he with $8 million, he couldn't do it twice.
Sure, yeah, no.
He was like, I did it once. I'll do it again.
Like, yeah, exactly. He spent all of that on snacks, and after that, like it just wasn't in the budget anymore.
That one fucking flip kick was like a couple $1,000s worth of cocaine.
Yep.
And he's like, I can't spend that again.
A couple $1,000s worth of talent, Ray. You need to adjust your vocabulary.
I'm sorry, snacks.
Yes, talent snacks.
$1,000 worth of talent snacks.
JCVD treats.
Yes, there we go. This is his secret or whatever to success. Shit.
Rolling quotes. You got a quote on you? What do you like?
I don't have one on me. I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously,
quotes from the movie that you like.
Obviously, the easiest one would be "Quick, change your channel." And
Zangief. Okay.
Yeah, fucking Zangief.
I like the Honda joke. When he's getting whipped in the thing. In like the dungeon,
right.
And he asked Balrog, Balrog asked him for help, and he's all like, "Man, we've only been here 2 hours. Ask me in a couple of months."
Yeah. And he's like, "Help me escape." Yeah. Ray caught on that too because he was a bit confused. I was like, "Oh yeah."
He was talking about that. It's supposed to be like a kids movie, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like such a weird.
Did this man just drop a dick joke? Yes, he did.
So basically, it's like, jerk me off.
Yeah.
2 months.
My hands are tied back.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, exactly. Life is hard.
Let me adapt, for God's sake,
right?
Please.
No, I just ripped the Band-Aid off. That's what they always say. It's good.
Bryce, do you have anything from the movie that you like, or quotes specifically that stood out to you?
Probably the one that Bryson does.
When he gets all biblical?
No, where he's like, that was pretty good. But I like
one.
Where he's like, the day that Bison graced your village was the day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Yeah. That was one of the best fucking Raul Julia moments.
Daniel, you got 2 to spare?
I don't, dude. Like, they're all just like this movie is just fucking ridiculous, and I enjoy the fuck out of it. I don't have a particular line, but it's all fucking ridiculous, man. Just
okay. Roland, you did say the change the channel joke that Zangief says, but I do enjoy. I enjoyed the little scene where Bison is talking to, I guess, the designer of his Bisonopolis.
PAX. Everyone will be.
He wants to make the food court bigger because all the franchises are going to want in on that.
What about? Okay, go ahead.
And another one. Well, these aren't like necessarily quotes that I like necessarily.
No, but they're good. Do you have the one about his money?
Well, no, it's the Ken. Those are the terrible ones.
Yeah.
Where Chun-Li spits on him and he says, "You're gonna dehydrate yourself." Like, this is shitty line. Yeah. And then after that, and they're taking him away. He's like, "This sucks. They're good guys like us." Like, so shitty. And
we're all on the same.
One more for Ken from Ken. Yeah, like we're like good
we?
guys. Oh, where was that on? I think I said it here. I don't remember. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't.
Doesn't matter.
But DJ, when he's running away, he's like, "I should have stayed at Microsoft." But so those are like some quotes that I like from that.
The one I'd forgotten that was a really good one to mention was when Bison and Sagat are meeting, And Sagat's giving him guns, and he's like, "All right, here's your money." And he opens it, and it's the bison bucks.
Yeah.
And what does he say? Yeah. He has that one quote that's just fucking great.
Is it like it's worth it's gonna be worth 500 UK pounds?
Yes,
after
British
I kidnap
pounds.
the queen or something.
Right.
Like
For that is the rate the Bank of England will agree to when I kidnap their queen. Yeah. That's fucking beautiful.
One of the things that
I've seen the memes of that shit for fucking decades.
Not regarding quotes necessarily, but scenes in the movie that I just kind of like bothered me a little bit. One of the ones is just one of the ones. Yeah.
Just one.
Just one of the ones. Right?
Okay.
This is when Chun-Li finds.
What ruins it for you here, Ray?
Chun-Li goes and finds Guile, and he's still in the morgue the whole time. Yeah. Is he waiting for her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he intentionally waiting for her?
He's like, well, I mean, he sits up and he's like, yes, ninja bitch.
But he's been in the fucking cold morgue. Like just acting.
Probably just for minutes. Probably just for minutes.
No, that wasn't.
Come on.
That was. Those were hours. That was hours.
She did her whole report. Yeah, she
did her whole report
on him being dead.
That was.
I can imagine he's underneath the blanket just.
Yeah, with like they
taking shallow breaths.
Yeah,
I gotta look like I'm dead.
The steam come from.
With he had like a little heat blanket or some shit under there. Or like a warm bottle of water.
You can't tell me he didn't get up from that little nap. You can't tell me he didn't get up from that little nap with like the hardest nips from being in that fucking morgue, right? Come on.
Oh, maybe that was even that just made that just made him more battle alert or whatever, right?
And the other part that bothered me is Blanca's reveal, and I expressed this while we were watching the movie,
where he's like rah, and it's like a little dude.
Just that first part where like the mask, the little visor comes off, and you see his face. I'm like, that's just sad.
The wig is horrible.
Underwhelming.
It is very underwhelming. Like
it's like they got the like wig at like a party, like Central Store, like a
yeah.
So kind of like I mean, it's just bad. Dude.
That's like cheap, like a Halloween store, fucking paint.
Yeah. It's a Spirit Halloween store.
Spirit of Halloween, trying to do a
they got the Bozo
Meet
the Clown
Henderson's mask or some shit.
Or some shit.
He's trying to do the.
Do you guys got any other scenes in this movie that I'll say that the Van Damme monologue is one of my favorites, and also the biblical bison
right at the end.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite parts. But if you guys have any parts
from heaven like lightning.
Yeah. Do y'all have any parts that like either something that bothered you about this movie? Or
I have one. I have one.
Please go ahead.
As a Zangief main,
really?
They
Man,
I was wondering if you were gonna say anything about Zangief.
You're talking about like Street Fighter V current, right? Because he is so overpowered. He's so fucking overpowered. They actually made him the way he's supposed to be designed, where he's like the size of half the screen. He's fucking ridiculous.
No. Zangief is not overpowered.
You don't think so?
Come on.
Man, he is like, if you're smart with him, you can beat the fuck out of somebody.
All you have to do is jump.
Yeah.
All you have to do is
he's
jump.
fast as fuck. Like, it's so weird. Like
he's not fast. He's slow.
Like he's got his little bunny hops, and then like he just does one kick, and it's like all the way across the screen kind of thing. And you just do those keep doing shit like that.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Man, I remember playing as him and just being like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Maybe an older version, but none of these. Okay. Trust me, I have many assaulty nights online. He is not overpowered.
I'm okay. So like, yeah, taking that into consideration about like the tier characters or whatever that people play. I'd probably not. But I still think.
But shut up. Zangief's so dirty. He's not a bad guy. He fights for the children.
Yes.
He's a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
And
he trains with bears.
And that's all I got to say. As the Zangief player representative,
I need to let it be known. I need to add Street Fighter, the latest one of my.
What about you, Bryce? Do you have anything on this movie that speaks to you in a certain way?
Speaks to me or gets on a risk? Well, I guess I don't really like the way that they kind of portrayed Bison. You know, I mean, I get it. You know, according to like, he was sick. You know, the actor.
I get it. He died.
Yeah. Oh, boo. Let's move on, right?
Yeah.
No, the thing is,
like, you got cancer. Suck it up, bro. You're an actor.
No. But okay, all right. But
this is going to be your last movie. Make it a good one.
Yeah, man. I mean, give it your all. No, but I guess like reading the whole production like notes online, or I mean. I get, okay, he didn't want to make it supernatural, but still, he could have made him like a badass, kind of like a little bit more of a badass fighter. It's like the whole scene where he's there getting his ass kicked by Chun-Li. I mean, whatever, that's fine. But then he kind of like runs away like a bitch into like his like little chamber and like the gas comes in. Like that shit was funny. I don't know.
But I mean, he got to give
the face he made.
he got to give that the snarl and the laughter and stuff.
True,
it's all maniacal and all that. It's perfect. He's got because Raul Julia's got those big fucking eyes, dude. They're like this fucking big, you know. Yeah. Daniel, you got anything about this movie? Any sort of scenes that you resonate with you in any way or bothered you at all?
Nah, man, this movie is fucking awesome. It's so fun, man. Like, apart from the most un-American person you could find in the role of Guile, that's all like.
You know, it's surprisingly with
at least the guy who played T-Hawk is actually Native American. I didn't know. I didn't really think
the only authentic part of this movie.
Yeah, for a character that's kind of me, I don't know.
Should have been a bigger guy too, because he's like as big as Zangief.
He's a big, tall bastard in the games. T-Hawk. Yep. You
know, as much as there's certain aspects of Van Damme's speaking accent that bother me in other of his movies, like this one, I just find very humorous because it's just over the top. Again, he's trying to get the dialogue out. And he's very dramatic about the whole thing. I mean, is it the cocaine that's doing it?
Well, dude, he reminds me a lot of...
Is it his years of acting that have brought up this very ultra dramatic sense of delivery?
It's the cocaine.
It's the cocaine?
He reminds me a lot of...
It's the snacks. Sorry, it's the snacks.
It's the
Damme snacks.
The performance-enhancing snacks.
It's the Damme snacks, right?
Well, he reminds me a lot of the guy from fucking Dance with the Wolves. What's his name?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. It's like when you fucking cast Kevin Costner in a movie, that's what you're getting, right? Like he like in Robin Hood, he did not do an English accent. No, and John Clive Van Damme is sure as hell not going to do an American accent when he's fucking doing Guile, right? That's what you got.
He does Kevin Costner.
That's right.
That's what you get. You speak that language, good. Now let's make Waterworld.
You know, it's funny. Like in Robin Hood, like everyone, even Christian Slater is kind of attempts a little bit of an accent.
Morgan Freeman tries to do like a little English accent, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's not.
He's like, hey, like Sheriff from Nottingham and stuff.
Racist.
So, any other, I guess, last bits of this movie that you want to talk about? Not necessarily favorites, but just bits. I do like Sagat's character. I like that guy. He was Geronimo. He played Geronimo.
He was the last Mohicans.
Right.
Yeah, I like it. He's a really good actor. I think he did a good job as Sagat. And
he did okay.
Yeah.
Sagat should have been like a lot taller too. He's like fucking. Yeah. Well, I mean, I obviously you can't always get like.
That was the name of the character I was trying to remember. Sawada.
He's also not like a gangster. Sagat's like a more
Sagat's more like Ryu's character, and that he's just trying to become. The
reason why he teams up with Shadaloo and Bison is to fight Ryu,
right?
Because he beat him one time.
He's the one that gave him a scar on his chest.
Yeah, that huge fucking.
Gave him the scar.
I also like
the only way he'll run into Ryu again.
Yep.
I just also want to talk about in the fucking prison, like that motherfucking Vega has a bamboo claw. Where the fuck does he get that shit?
Yeah,
he took it from those bamboo.
I guess it's just funny.
No, I mean
whatever they were. Like
he was using he repurposed some bamboo toothbrushes.
That's what you said, right?
No,
they're just fucking made out of sporks.
And mind you, this was done in a couple of hours, bro.
Yeah, that's how
he made that shit real quick.
Yeah, they weren't in there. They weren't even in there that long.
He was he hit all the parts in his parachute pants that everybody in that prison was wearing.
He had a badass tattoo though, that whole snake going on.
Oh, the snake going around his
canon. And beautiful hair also.
Yeah, he had a beautiful ponytail mullet. Mm-hmm. It was very sharp.
Oh, yeah. I also like the scene where they're at the cage fight and like Ryu, they take his shirt off, and then like the woman drops like the Vega sign. She's like, "Oh,
yeah." And
Vega whatever, man. Like
Vega's just like
Vega's way more ripped than that guy for one thing. It's just kind of funny, but it's like they make it. I guess because he's like the main character, or like they want to be like, "Oh, it's like,
man, that's some new dick, man."
I guess so. I got you, man.
Got to block that shit.
That's right.
I mean, he's more exotic though. He's from Spain. They're in Myanmar and like.
Well, maybe Vega's not hitting it right.
All right, I guess.
What is?
Can't blame the woman. You know, maybe she wants it.
Man, I'm trying to look here at Wes Studi. Wes Studi's filmography, and he's doing shit really cool, until he's doing shit in the next year. It's fucking nuts. I've never heard of any of this stuff, but whatever. Cool.
All right, so I guess we can start talking about ratings of this movie. The official rating on IMDb is a 4 out of 10.
How much? I was trying to go through how much money these guys made.
Yes.
Here we go.
They actually it was a success. This movie. Surprisingly.
You think so? Didn't they say
this came out at the same time as the Santa Claus?
It was and Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, shit.
Not the Santa Claus, bro.
I think they spent like what was it, like 38 million or something like that.
Again, so 8 million of that goes to Jean-Claude Van Damme.
To JCVD, and
I think I was assuming Raul Julia. I don't know.
He probably took a similar cut. He probably took a similar cut.
Okay, so
he took the rest of the
actual budget was 35 million.
Okay,
and worldwide it made 99 million, 99.4 million.
Yep.
Which is it's a success, you know. I mean, that's they made their money back and 3 times over, I guess.
I mean, like
15.5.
By the way we look at it, yes. Yeah. But like by the way Hollywood looks at it, they were probably like, nah, this should have made like 30 billion or whatever on its first day. It should have made as much as Raul Julia was asking for in the movie.
I want to ask you, how much did Home Alone make then? If that's the case,
I have no idea.
How much did Home Alone make?
These guys made 3.1 million on the opening day, and then 9.5 on the weekend. To me, that seems like Hollywood would have shit on it, like being considered as the lower end, because I thought this movie was successful because and the rest of us might agree because we're biased. But wasn't this is considered a fucking flop, right? Like,
but I mean, I think in rentals they did pretty
right
good
in the
well.
mid to maybe the top end of the video game craze of the early 90s. And
but like you also have to take into account like the fact that people were renting movies. That also accounts for the gross and stuff like that.
Yep. Sure.
But I mean, like now people don't rent; they just subscribe. So like they get paid from whatever streaming service they're doing. So I mean, I haven't found this movie on any streaming service at all.
Oh, I'm sure I've seen it.
You have to either rent it or
maybe when
you have to get your friend to purchase it for Plex.
I want to say like the
listen to that critique from the Washington Post. They said of Raul Julia. Notable only for being the last film made by Raul Julia, an actor far too skilled for the demands of the evil warlord, General M. Bison, but far too professional to give anything less than his best.
Yes.
Dude, he's great. He's a good Bison. Man.
He is a good Bison. Raul Julia is one of the best things about this movie, actually.
Yeah.
He really is.
Raul Julia does a good job as acting as Bison. Jean-Claude Van Damme does a hilarious job acting as Guile because he's an American with some kind of Brussels French shit that is accent that.
Which is funny you mentioned that because there was a critique that said that unintelligible dialogue.
I think that was all from Ken, my friend. That was all Ken's dialogue. This sucks, guys. They're good guys like us. Yeah. Like, Jesus fucking.
You can actually buy a fucking prop of
Roland.
Nice.
Halloween time, my friend.
You can actually buy a fucking prop of
Roland. Can you just dress as fucking M. Bison?
How much is that Bison? How much is that Bison?
I don't know, but you can get Raul Julia's.
I'll dress as Vega, right?
I'm curious how much that
fucking costume.
But it doesn't have the light up shoes, man.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have the shoes. Yeah, people still cosplay this shit.
Does it come with like the electromagnetic superconductor? Like,
I think that's separate.
Can you fly?
Yeah. What is it? It can levitate trains from Tokyo to Osaka.
Yeah.
What else did he? I don't know.
It can also levitate
my desk. I used to fly with the saddle on the world or something.
Yeah, there you go. That one where I play Street Fighter 2 on with the fucking arcade pads set into it. Yeah, that one.
Okay, so back to ratings. Like I said, 4 out of 10.
You give it a 4 out of 10?
No, that's what the official rating on IMDb is. We don't do Rotten Tomatoes anymore because of that other nonsense.
Because you can't trust them.
You can't trust them.
Right.
So, what do you give out of 5? We do. They give you out of 10. We do out of 5. What do you give it?
Oof. You know what? For all its flaws and everything, probably purely on a nostalgia factor here for me, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, right? It's enjoyable.
It is enjoyable. It's an enjoyable movie. I mean,
looking through life with rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah, I won't. Yes, obviously, especially with this movie.
They're so wonderful. Get guilty pleasures.
Obviously,
Street Fighter
takes
movies.
a lot of liberty with everything from the game. But
anybody that like searches this movie or like looks up for like the general ideas or what people think about for this is it was just one of those guilty pleasures. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is like, I shouldn't like this, but it's amazing, and I love Raul Julia. So
Ron, what do you give this out of 5?
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah.
I like Street Fighter, but it's not a good movie, but it is what like it's not trying to be any more than what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They're not putting on airs.
I like it. I like it still. So I'll give it 3.
Okay, 3 out of 5. Daniel, out of 5.
That, man. Let me fuck about.
I don't know. Probably.
It's super fun. I'm gonna give it a 3 as well.
3 out of 5. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a fun movie. Like, don't take it serious. And it's a slapstick romp, and it's great. You know, but just it's not a great slapstick. Like if it was like a little bit more ridiculous, I'd give it a 4. But since they kind of attempted to be serious with it, I'm giving it a 3.
Okay, 3 out of 5. Myself, I will agree with Daniel and Ron. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Fun movie. Again, not acted the best. I do like Raul Julia.
That's great.
Raul Julia in this movie, and the hilarity of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme is consistent in all of his movies because he can't really speak in an American accent, even though he plays an American.
Yep.
Almost every fucking time.
He has no American
All
accent.
he has to do is be Jean-Claude Van Damme, man. That's when he comes
We
in.
can it all started with fucking Bloodsport, all right?
Yeah.
He plays the fucking American, Frank Dukes.
Yeah.
And
The most American name of all time.
The most
Frank
American
Dukes.
name of all time. And yeah, Christ, all right.
And it just kept going. It just kept going up from there. You have fucking Lionheart. You have
Lionheart, Double Impact, Nowhere to Run, where he like fucks some chick, which is weird to see that.
Hard Target.
Nice.
Hard Target is great.
Time
John
Cop,
Woo movie.
Cyborg.
Cyborg is great. I saw a girl's ass in that movie. That's cool.
Cyborg ass too. Well.
But yeah, you know, at some point we'll do like a Dammiverse, if you will.
I think there's
plenty to pull from.
Potential everywhere. We still haven't finished the Verniverse or whatever.
That'll happen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna be the lifeblood of Cinequest, because that's gonna. If at any point we stop doing any of these episodes, we'll get together to do.
Carpenterverse. There's the Vernverse.
Ernest movie.
Yeah, which Ernest movie are you missing?
Well,
we've only done 2.
The Ernverse.
Oh, that's right. We didn't do.
The Ernestverse. The Worldverse. That's right.
The Worldverse is what it is.
Worldverse.
We've done Halloween, we've done Ernest Scared Stupid, and we've done Christmas.
Yeah, and that's it.
Okay.
And there's just
which one's like the good one?
Summer
the
camp.
good one was what?
Ernest Goes to Summer Camp. Ernest Goes to Camp.
My favorite one's the Halloween.
My favorite's Halloween.
Ernest
Ernest
the
Scared
Jail is pretty good.
Ernest
Scared Stupid.
Ernest Scared Stupid, yeah, is the best one.
No, so you see, those are all great, but my first.
Then you got the one where he's dunking on
Ernest Goes to Camp.
like what is it, Magic Johnson? Or
Yeah.
And then you have the one where he goes to Africa.
Yeah, that was the last one.
He's wearing the headdress, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that was.
He's wearing a headdress and the mask.
Roland, 1 out of 5. What do you give this movie?
I love this movie, and it does fit into my nostalgia cow tipper subheading for fun.
Nostalgia cow tipper. Okay.
And fun and nostalgia and how life used to be great.
Jesus Christ! All I asked was for a number.
Even though it's actually not, and it sucks because again, this movie's meant to be good, but it's dog shit. I'll give it a 2.5.
So after all that nonsense, 2.5
of love. All right, this is
2.5 of love,
of compassion and caring and understanding, and inclusion. I take these numbers seriously, right?
That's full of shit because I don't think he just wanted to give it a 3.5 or a 4.
No, yeah,
or a regular 3.
I was like,
he was like,
fuck these numbers that everybody else is picking.
Yeah.
I need something for me, and that something is 2.5.
Pussy. All right, so that'll be the end of our Street Fighter. Next one coming up is Mortal Kombat. So stay and Mortal Kombat Annihilation, by the way.
Double feature
on that, because you can't have Mortal Kombat without the Annihilation.
Yeah,
let's go together.
I mean, you can, but that's what we're gonna stick with. All right, just keep
because we have other movies to talk about, and I feel like those two would just go well together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start and finish, or what's that shit? Like you were with the original Mortal Kombat, and what ended up happening? Annihilation just fucked everybody's careers. That movie was bad. Was it?
Animalities are cool.
They are, and claymation animalities not quite so much.
We'll all pick our animalities next time.
That's a good one. That'll be the end of the episode. We all got to pick our animalities.
That would be fun.
And our not just animalities, but like our finishing moves.
Ray gets something like a weasel or
a weasel,
some small little angry rodent.
Fuck you, man.
He gets like the a spirit badger or something like that.
Shrew or a vole or something.
Go fuck yourself.
Vole. At least give him a shrew.
Yeah. Fuck you guys, man.
I hear they're feisty and fiery.
I want to be a spider.
You want to be a spider? No.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
No. Yeah, exactly. That's why he can't do it.
No.
That would be very cool.
And have a mythical creature. Like
you're gonna be like your animality is gonna be like a jellyfish, or like a giraffe. Or something.
High as giraffe pussy, man.
Everybody else is gonna get like super fucking buff ass animalities. Like Bryce will be a rhino. Daniel can be like a fucking T-Rex or some shit.
Yeah, you're gonna.
And I want to be an Apache helicopter.
You motherfuckers are gonna give me like a fucking weak ass, just born half fucking giraffe.
More like
baby giraffe can barely fucking walk.
A blobfish.
Still covered in like placenta and shit, or whatever the fuck comes out of the juice of the.
Oh, you're gonna be born?
Pussy.
Okay,
giraffe pussy. Right?
That's a step up from where I was thinking, but okay.
Yeah, a newborn giraffe coming out of the fucking pussy. Just.
I was thinking you could have just been some aborted fetus that somehow ended up in like some Frankensteinian.
Can I be born for God's sakes? Can I be born?
Ooh, see, these are very important questions to have for our Mortal Kombat.
All right, keep that in mind. You're gonna forget.
Yes,
fuck
no,
you.
I'm not. I mean, I will.
yeah, exactly.
I will forget.
Okay, that'll be it. Signing off. My name is Ray.
Oh, this is Roland.
Bryce.
Northwest.
This is Daniel.
And I don't know your studio name, but
live from Shadowloo.
There you go.
I took over Chun-Li's post.
It's so quiet over there and peaceful. Sounds like
Sounds like it worked.
Nice.
Bison got overthrown, man. It's
All right.
peace over here now.
All right, that'll be it.
See ya. Ray could be like the spirit weasel.
As long as I'm spiritual, that's
Be
all I care
an
about.
attack gopher.
Attack go fuck you.